So I like to cut off the pipe, make sure it's going to be round where it goes into the fittings. We're going to put in a shower valve. The pipe cutter cuts it off nice and square, and it makes it round. It needs to be nice and clean. We're going to have to flux this thing, heat it with the torch, put the fittings on. I've got a screw-on fitting that goes onto here. It's an adapter, goes from the sweat-on to the screw-on 1/2-inch coupler. The wire brush just roughs it up, makes it all clean. And I like to put the fittings on before I cut the length, that way I can judge exactly how long it needs to be. Plus you won't heat up your valve as bad. This little cleaner, the brush, has cleaners for inside or female and outside male fittings. Alright, these are the two pieces that we're going to sweat together. Just like that. This is the lead-free solid 95% tin, 5% antimony solder. I've got some Waterflow 2000 water-soluble paste flux. Put you a nice coating on there. I'm going to do the inside as well. I like to give them a little bit of this twist, make sure that flux is all through there. I like to apply the heat on the bottom side at the far back edge of the joint. And whenever it gets hot enough all the way through to where I can apply the solder here, it'll sweat or it'll suck it into the joint. The hottest part of your flame is right on the tip of the light blue. So that's where I'll apply the heat. And you'll see the flux start to bubble out eventually. And you can test it on the top as it's heating, and when it starts to melt the solder from the top side, that's when you apply it. You should heat it enough to where the copper actually melts the flux. That way it'll draw it into the joint. And I like to apply it until it quits running in and beads up on the bottom. This is what I'm talking about right here, where it beads up on the bottom. I don't know if the camera will be able to see it or not, but on the inside I've got a good ring of solder in there. Alright, my joint has cooled. Now I need to apply some Teflon tape right here, and we're going to get the crescent wrench and screw this thing on there. You always think about your thread pattern. You want to apply the Teflon tape in a clockwise fashion so that whenever you screw your joint together, it actually tightens the Teflon tape up and it doesn't bunch up and back off of it. I like to go about 4 wraps and just pinch her off. Smooth it back down so you don't have any little tail ends sticking into your plumbing. And this is going to have an elbow and go in for the tub, the outspout for the tub fill.